I used to not believe that. When I hired a mind coach, you know what I told him? I said, I want to get back in the zone. You ever talk to him about that? That guy's in the zone. So I hired this guy. I said, hey, dummy, show me where the zone is. You know, I wanted to know. And little did he explain to me when he made a big circle, he said, this circle is the zone and you live inside of it. You carry it everywhere you go. So as I sit back and watch, I watch the most positive people in the world, and they're just as positive off the water as they are on the water. Anybody here know some real negative people on the water? You guys don't act like y'all fish with the rednecks I do. We got some that show up drunk, mad at the world. I'm telling you, Alabama, we must fish a little different. You know, they're the ones that ain't never going the fish are never going to bite when they get to the ramp. You ever heard that guy? I don't even know why we're here. High pressure, winds blowing, fish ain't going to bite. Well, why'd you come? Really? I mean, Peter T. used to crack me up. We're great friends. Peter T. used to think the worst is there. Dude, when he got somewhere, if they didn't bite in 2 hours, they just started draining the lake and turning it into a mud track. This is the biggest piece of crap place in the world. We should never come back. I'm like, dude, just cut my wrist with a plastic spoon if I felt that way about it. Because it doesn't matter how bad you think it is, somebody's going to be a winner that day, right? It don't matter if it's 2 pounds or 32 pounds. And I find it much easier for me to catch 2 pounds than 32. Because that's why guys ask me, why do you seem to excel or like the tougher tournaments? I just feel more positive. It's that much easier to catch them. You only got to catch 5 sometimes. I don't like those toting contests, and we get in them sometimes. When y'all watch our tournaments, it's a bad feeling when you weigh in 28 pounds at Falcon and they just rush you off the stage. Gerald Swindle, 28 pounds. Next guy coming up and you're like, what, dog? I had 28 pounds, you know, I'm gonna hold one and fish up, you know. I don't like those situations all the time. I like the ones that you really have to struggle to catch a fish in, which in turn comes to my junk fishing style, the way I like to fish. Anybody got any questions at this point? Because I'm kind of going through this and you guys are kind of sitting real tight right here. Everybody good? No politics? I'm good. I don't know nothing about them. I stirred up a little bit. I figured I had me some Oregon Duck fans in here somewhere. Anybody here pull for the Ducks? They play the Tide. We're going to crack that butt all the way back. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. There's some boys in Tuscaloosa right now that's rolling up a fatty eating support chop and said, we're going to beat them, coach. I had a sports analyst on ESPN say, Oregon Ducks is the best football team in the nation. To who? Who did play? I ain't playing nobody. So I guess no, I don't watch. Nobody here watch college football? Florida State. Now listen, watch yourself back there. That's going to be a game, whoever said that. Y'all done got y'all a quarterback, what y'all done got. Florida State could play for the national championship, couldn't it? I think, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm an Alabama fan. I predict Auburn to beat Alabama by 3 points. Which ain't going to make me happy. It's going to make my daddy real mad. The doctor going to have to give him a whole bunch of blood pressure pills. He'll be screaming at the TV. That's what we don't want to do. So, if we start to get a little clear about the simplicity, really is. People say, what color jig you fish? A brown one. Any other color? I throw a black when it's muddy. You ever change it up? Yeah, sometimes I throw the black and then I throw the brown. When they don't bite the brown, I throw the black. And if they don't bite the black, then I'll go back and throw the brown. I don't need 71 jig colors in the floor of my boat. If he's that smart, he's smarter than me. I promise you, I'm pretty dumb. I need him to bite the brown jig. I fished the Open last year at Smith Lake and I drew a guy. And I grew up fishing on Smith Lake. It's a very tough lake. And the first day I had 15 pounds. Second day I had like 15 pounds. We're in pretty good shape to, you know, have a chance to win. And I drew this guy and he said, what are you going to do tomorrow? Do you mind sharing some insight with me? I said, I'm going to throw a brown jig in brush piles. He said, anything else? I said, I'm going to repeat that same cast with that brown jig in that brush pile. All day I said, if they don't bite that brown jig over here, I'm going to go over there and throw that brown jig. That's how simple I'm going to keep it. At the end of the day, he goes, buddy, you wasn't kidding about that brown jig, was you? It's a confidence thing. That's what I'm going to do. I don't want to get all confused. I don't want to make 10 casts and say, oh, God, the water's cleared up. That brown jig is too bold. I know that a brown jig works everywhere I go, and I know the black jig works everywhere. Now, there's some pretty jigs in there. And us as fishermen, we get caught up on it, don't we? I go over there and look at some of them colors, and I'm like, God, that's the prettiest crankbait in the world. And I can go dig in every one of y'all's crankbait box, and I can find the one that looks like pure D.O. doo-doo. And that's the one y'all catch them on every time, right? Ain't got no paint, eyes all knocked out of it, hooks all crowded up. You'd be like, well, that's the one right there. Did it look like one of them $50? It looks well worn, don't it? Like you drug it behind the truck. So I try not in my mind. I used to run with Marty Stone, and he used to count the strands of the color of the jig, y'all. We'd be in a room together at night, and he'd be over in his bed with his jig box out, and he'd say, this jig right here has got 17 strands of blue. I think that's too much. And I'll be like, really? where are you fishing at? He said, man, it's just too bold. I was like, you think so? I mean, but in his mind, he really felt like that was the key. It's really, we really shouldn't bog ourselves down with that. Keep the simplicity of knowing you want to fish around fish. If you're not biting, move around a little bit. Yes, electronics helps. You know, I can take my hummingbird stuff and I can ride around on a lake and I can find brush pile after brush pile and I can throw my brown jig in there and I'll throw a crankbait in there, but I don't get all crazy and do a lot of wild stuff. I mean, I try to keep my time as active as I can and productive. When you get to doing stuff when you're just throwing those, what they call those Boise State Hail Marys, and you guys do that, just start throwing Hail Mary passes all day. I've had tournaments like that. Now, I've had a classic like that where you don't get a bite in about 2 days. You'll throw some Hail Marys, but you got to know at that time that you're going to lose. A lot of times in practice, what I've had to do is learn when you had a chance to win. People think, well, you always got a chance to win. No, you don't. Basic math, you don't. I'll fish 15 tournaments a year. Now, those 15 tournaments, one of those tournaments I can honestly say in my heart I was on the fish or had a chance to win. Now, I can do some science fiction and say that one that blew up on that popper was 6 pounds, and that one that pulled off on that crankbait was 5 pounds, and that jig bite I broke off was not. Yeah, I should have won. Those 3 fish were weighed 28 pounds. That would have put me over the top. In my heart, I know after practice I have got a chance to win this tournament. But what I've then learned to do is know when I'm not on those kind of fish, how to fight back inside the top 20. And if you'll watch my career, that's the way the whole thing's been. It's not about, I don't get the wins, man. I don't. I'll have a practice where I ain't caught crap. Nothing. Not even enough to make a McDonald's fish sandwich. Not even a #1 meal for $2.99. But come tournament day, I'm going to figure out a way to catch me 5.